The way you're making me feel, the way you're making me feel, you really turns me on, you really turns me on, you knock me off of my feet now, baby. What up, y'all? This is Ladies Who Keke. My name is Dana B.
Dedication to the great Michael Jackson.
His 10-year anniversary happened, I believe, sometime
this past week?
Yeah. So,
rest in heaven.
Yes. Nevertheless, my name is Dana B.
I'm Cassie J.
Today we bring you
Black.
Nope.
Boys, basketball wise.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Basketball wise, season 8, episode 2.
This episode wasn't really.
Yeah, this was a little struggle. Well, I won't say a struggle. It was just.
Don't try to sugarcoat it. No, you're right.
It wasn't that much of a struggle.
It was like a bridge type episode over to later on.
It's like the end was the highlight. So
I feel like the next episode is gonna be a bridge too.
Yeah, they tease you that way.
Yeah, it takes a couple of episodes, to get to the good one, but it's okay. They gotta build their foundation to the real petty.
Right.
Petty.
Nevertheless.
Petty.
Hey.
So
it took nothing for us to change the subject, okay?
I mean, we're talking about petty. One thing I want to say to Will, you know who you are. I just gotta say, Byron.
My bad.
We were saying Bryson.
Byron, we got it. It's Byron.
Got it.
Byron.
The man's name is Byron.
Yes, we got it now. Nevertheless.
You'll never forget now.
I know, right? It's stuck in my head. So, the episode started off, Jackie, Kristen, and Jen got petties done.
Manis and petties.
And this is where Jen basically gave, I don't really give a fuck attitude.
She gave, it's above me now.
It's above me now. Yes, she did. The entire conversation, it's above her.
I'm so over this. It's above me now.
So Jen was like, this is petty. This is beneath me. This is small. I have bigger and more important things that I'm stressed out about. She's still grieving over her mother's death.
Who's died 3 years ago. Now, granted, you can't put a time frame.
Yeah, I don't know how it feels to lose a parent.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking this happened
recently,
like, even maybe 1 year. But 3 years ago, I honestly feel like she needs grief therapy.
She does. If you're acting out like this, then you should get some counseling.
Because I realized with Jen, she creates her own storm, and then she gets mad when it's raining.
Throw the rock.
And then hide the hands. So it's like...
And be like...
The problem... Yeah, I get the things that they're arguing over are petty, but she created these problems. So it's
by saying
be
stuff
accountable
that no one asked you about.
And move forward. It's like, I'm sorry. That's it. I'm just saying I shouldn't have to apologize for things I didn't do.
But you did. You brought it up. You said it. Like, no one was talking to you. No one asked you to bring this stuff up. It's like, you volunteered this information, so stand by it.
Like I said, she's saying that she didn't say these things about, what's her name, Moniece? Shawnee's. Where the heck is Moniece from?
That is,
Love Hip Hop.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry.
Other franchise.
Shawnee's, she said she didn't say those things. Like we were talking before, it came that you told this to Malaysia. I don't think Malaysia's going to lie about this. So
we just feel like you were mad, you were hurt.
You're being
about
petty.
Your relationship
you said
with
things
Evelyn,
you didn't
and you
mean.
just said stuff. Maybe there is some truth to it. It might not be the complete truth that you said, that you told, but it was like you were probably just sitting down like women do. We're having drinks, and you was just venting to somebody that you felt like was a home girlfriend girl, and you was just like, I think that they were having issues too. I think Evelyn, she was having issues with Evelyn. I think Malaysia might have been having some issues. So it was easy for you to say how you felt. Because usually when you're having a common enemy, it's easy for you to be like, the enemy
of my enemy is my friend.
You're like, girl, speaking of, let me tell you all the stuff I know about her. I can tell you all kind of stuff. She did this and she did that and she did this and she did that. And you were probably telling a bunch of truths. And as you see her eating it up, then you probably was like, oh, she's really eating this. And you probably started to exaggerate stuff a little bit. Oh, and let me tell you something even bigger than that. She did this and this and this, and that's probably what happened.
You just got
you got caught up in the moment and just saying stuff.
So just say I'm sorry.
And just be like you said, we were not friends. And I said some stuff that I shouldn't have said. I'm sorry.
Another thing, I'll bring it up later on when they had their crystal party. There's another point that Evelyn said that I'll bring up later. So anyway, after that situation, the next, it was really boring.
It was a lot of
small little scenes that were really meaningless.
That it was kind of like,
because Evelyn, Shawnee, and Jackie had to sit down. She invited them.
Jackie told her
about the crystals, and I want to invite Jen, and blah 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 blah.
And this is the thing I'm having an issue with Evelyn. Evelyn, your daughter is grown.
Hello.
And your daughter should be the one that's saying, if it's such a problem, she should be the one that's coming out saying, I want an apology. I need an apology. But you're the one that keeps saying, oh, every time she brings up, oh, well, and she ain't apologized to Shanice yet neither, and she hasn't apologized to Shanice. Mind you, Shanice is on the show. Like, we see her. So it's not like you can't bring her on the show so she can get the apology.
Only thing I feel the reason why she's addressing is because Jen is her friend. Even though Shanice is an adult, but I feel like it would still be Evelyn involved because that's...
I understand that too, but it's just like you keep saying, like, I feel like this is... Well, I know it is. It's your storyline.
Yeah, she's milking it.
Yeah, but
every chance she gets, she keeps bringing up
she
Shawnee's.
Keeps saying it and saying it.
Even though
they could be talking about the red light. Well, speaking of that red light she ran, and then she still ain't apologized to Shawnee's.
She keeps bringing it back to Shawnee's. The sky is blue.
That reminded me of that day
happened
when we was
last
outside
season.
And she didn't. It's like, okay, honey.
Right. Like, we get it. You're upset.
We know she owes your daughter an apology.
We get it. You keep bringing it up.
She
and I feel a part of me feels like Evelyn's kind of happy that now
everybody else is mad
at Jen. She feels like vindicated, like, oh yes, we all could be and have an enemy together.
And they not mad at me, and we're not petty, and everybody's on my side. So when I get mad, everybody gonna be mad with me. When I walk out, everybody gonna walk out with me. And it's like, I understood how Jackie felt, because she was like, I was once the Jen. Like, everybody was once mad at me, and I don't want her. She was like, I feel like, give her the chance to redeem herself if she wants to.
Well, here's the thing,
but if she doesn't, then she was like, Jackie just, because she understands how it feels that everybody mad at her, and Jackie knows herself, and she knows her intentions.
I do like how Jackie is now like the mother then.
Right. She was like, I know that back then I knew what my intentions were. Mm-hmm. Like, I was genuinely trying to do things. But nothing you could do is right. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to do things out of the goodness of my heart most of the time, but sometimes Jackie was just
Jackie was messy as hell.
Yeah, she was just being petty and messy. But she was like, when I was trying to make amends, you guys were not trying to hear me. Y'all were not giving me the opportunity, and I was trying to do a ponderosa, and I was just trying to get things right with you. So that's why she's like, give her the chance. If she takes it, great. If she doesn't, then it was like, Jen,
you tried.
This was your opportunity. What's going on?
Yeah, too much.
So
next scene was Malaysia got Kristen and Cece to sit down, and also
London,
which Byron's daughter.
His real daughter.
Yes.
Let's stress the importance of this.
Yes.
His biological daughter.
Yes. So they want to have a little powwow and try to resolve things and express themselves of why they're beefing and try to resolve, right? So Cece gets there, and off the rip, they start attacking her, in my opinion.
Mine too.
They keep saying that Cece's to blame for
everything.
Kristen feels like Cece's the reason why they're not as close. Where Byron's not as close with them anymore. Cece keeps saying it's not me. One thing I do understand a little bit of Kristen's point of view. She said, well, I didn't like the fact that you told a whole group of ladies that Byron doesn't want me at the wedding instead of telling me. I get that point.
And she apologized.
Oh, yeah, that's the only thing I get from Kristen. Mm-hmm. But everything else, she needs to redirect that energy to Byron. Because I feel like Kristen and London want to make Cece the villain.
Because they don't want to address Byron.
Exactly. They don't want to be really mad at the person they should be mad at. It's easier to be mad at Cece than it is to have a conflict with Byron. And I really cannot wait for this reunion. I want to see Kristen's response because she always says, "That's my father. That's my father."
So when she see that he said, if I don't have to ever see you again in life,
I'll be good.
I'm good.
That's not really fatherly.
That's
That's more father-in-law.
In-law.
Because he said, that's always going to be my son and I love him to death or whatever.
But
her, she's disposable. So all this, that's my father talk, you need to simmer down with it.
I don't need to see you anymore. The thing I didn't like when she was going on about how, you don't understand how that made me feel, that I had to tell Thomas that his father doesn't want me at his wedding. Okay.
I have a problem with Byron on that.
I understand that you were upset that she told people, messy people, that are going to go and tell other people, because that's what they do.
Yes.
I understood that. But part of me was like, you didn't have to tell Thomas that. You could have still left it up to his father.
Very true. You
didn't. And if he said, well, why didn't you tell me? You could have been like, because I didn't want to be the one to break your heart. I didn't want to be the one. I wanted you guys to have that conversation. I didn't want it to come from me.
But it's easier.
You could have left that.
It's easier
to
just
like,
blame Cece.
Cece was the one that made it, put it out
fault.
there. Cece's the problem. So that's why it goes back to you rather just blame
Cece.
her than to. I'd be like, I'm not telling, because you don't know how many times stuff has happened. And I'd be like, oh, well, girl, you want to tell so-and-so, because I'm not going to be the one, because they ain't about to get mad at me.
Exactly.
They ain't about to shoot this messenger.
Exactly.
You going to tell them. And that's all that was. You could have just left it and been like, well, I'm going to let him tell his dad. Will his dad tell him? I'm not going to be the one. That's going to come from him. And they got mad at Cece because they was like, you raised your voice. You yelling at us and you running. You're always running. The thing is, people have to understand that.
You can't control someone's reaction.
And you have to, sometimes the words that you're saying to people can trigger them to raise their voice.
To react.
Just because you're not yelling at them doesn't mean that that's not going to be their response.
So if I feel attacked, even though you're in a calm tone,
yes.
If I feel attacked, okay, I'm going to rise up.
If I'm sitting here talking
now that I rose up, now it's like, oh, you're yelling at me. Absolutely not.
And this
you don't get to play victim now. Absolutely not.
You don't know how to talk like an adult. That's what they kept saying. You don't know how to talk like an adult. You don't have an adult conversation. So if me and Dana are sitting here talking, and I'm talking like this to her, but I'm like, you know what? You're just a raggedy bitch, and you're just horrible, and you just don't know how to do things, and you just don't know how to handle your emotions. You're just irresponsible. If I'm saying all these things to her, she's not going to respond back to me like, well, you know what? You're a raggedy bitch. And she might not respond back that calmly. She might get up and be like, well, you know what? I don't care nothing about.
Exactly. I'm reacting. You cannot control my reaction.
I mean, I can
react how I want
to her. I was calm when I said it to her. I don't know why she got up. It's because you was calling her a raggedy bitch.
They just want to be mad at Cece. And it's getting
and
old.
That's what she said.
It's getting real old.
You guys were attacking me because they were saying that, she said the thing that made me upset was that you said that Byron does not spend time with his daughter. That's true.
Well, that's
you
why,
live
that's
across
why he's
the street from me.
But at the end of the day, have you brought the baby
that's
over?
What Byron said. He said, you haven't made
it's
any
like one side. It's like one. It's my responsibility to see y'all, but y'all could also walk down and see me too.
And you see Thomas, when they went back home, Thomas was like, well, yeah, I understand and everything. And that is true. He hasn't. Okay.
I just feel like this needs to be resolved, father and son, and all
the women need to step back.
Significant others need to stay out of it.
All the women need to step back, including the daughter. You need to step out of this. These men need to.
Well, her situation is different.
That's what I'm saying. The two men need to have their conversation, and then daughter, you and your dad can have your conversation.
Exactly, and
the three of y'all can then have a conversation.
And Kristen is staying her dang on place and just.
Kristen, you have nothing to do with this family unit.
Exactly, you're fighting a fight for your husband and you're the one.
But your
that's
husband ain't trying to fight
for
for his own relationship.
Exactly.
So if it really mattered to him, then he should go and fight for it. I don't have a situation.
That's it.
And it's like, okay, listen. I'm going to make sure that my significant other has a relationship with his kids where I don't interfere with. The last thing I'm going to do is interfere or make it feel like I am more important than his children. Because that's the last thing that I'm going to do. It's just not. So that's what she said. She was like, I'm trying to figure out what you're here for. And I agreed with her because I feel the same way. I am here to love your father, to take care of your father, and to do everything that I can to make his life well, happy.
Because all the kids are grown.
And then she was like, exactly, y'all are grown. She said, I'll do anything I can to help you guys. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you're grown. She said, and that's why she said, and help your kids. Not necessarily y'all, because y'all
are grown.
Y'all should be taking care of yourselves. Now, them grandbabies need something, then okay. Now, if your dad want to do something for you as the child, that's cool. But all I'm concerned about really is these grandbabies, okay? So I was like, her response, they said, but you haven't done that. Do you feel like you've done that? She stopped and she was like,
I did my best.
I've done, and the thing is, somebody can only do what you allow them to do when it comes to helping you.
She said, it's not been perfect, but I've done my best.
If somebody is trying to help you, but you're blocking them and you're giving them your ass, they're not going to keep trying to run up in it and try to help. They're going to be like, I'm going to back up and I'm going to help from a distance because clearly you don't you don't want my help. But then don't turn around and be like, I mean, she ain't done nothing for me. You ain't allowed her to do nothing for you. That's why I said, y'all need to take accountability for your part in this and stop trying to blame her. So it's like, clearly you guys are more the problem than she is. And I didn't like how Malaysia did not step in at all.
Malaysia needs to stay out of it.
She does. You just as bad as damn Kristen. That's why there was something that did happen before that. OG, I'm glad she didn't say nothing though. She was like,
well, I heard some things.
But I didn't say anything. I wanted her to say something in a way.
I can't. No. I can't stand when people
you don't like me to do that. I know.
Either say it or say
don't
nothing
say
at all. Don't say, yeah, I was going to say something.
I was going to tell you something, but
absolutely not. Either say it or cállate la boca, which means shut your mouth. That's the only thing I know in Spanish, for the record.
You're not a bitch either?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay. I knew you knew that. I knew you knew that one. I wanted OG, and maybe they said something off camera. I wish she would have said something to her to the extent of letting her know this is not as black and white as you think it is. Because I feel like Malaysia thinks the situation is so just black and white.
There's an underlining situation.
It is deeper than just you did this, you did this. Mm-hmm. If we just talk about these two things, everything will be fine. Mm-hmm. No!
There's a real issue.
And like Cece said, she was like, I didn't even know I had an issue with London until like now, and I thought it was really because she was just joining Kristen's side. She had an issue with me. So, but needless to say, Byron's like, listen, I love you, this is where I want to be, and listen.
But for Kristen, I can go without
the in-law. If she leave tomorrow,
she is disposable. I really cannot wait for that dang on reunion. I wonder if I could submit a question. Like, Kristen, how did you feel that Byron said that?
You could do it through Twitter, probably.
I ain't got no Twitter.
And you ain't gonna create one.
I sure ain't. Not for this show.
I think that's where because they be having fan questions. You know, when you watch the show, they be having fan questions. I think that's where they be coming from Twitter.
Well, hopefully, somebody that got
somebody else that got Twitter, y'all
and ask that question for the reunion. Boom.
Because I don't have one either. I don't know how to tweet.
So what else is happening on?
Tammy, I said this. You didn't care. Tammy did not tell her kids that she didn't get married. I thought that was. I knew she didn't tell the girls. I was just surprised she didn't tell her kids either. The least you would have told was your kids.
Well, I guess they're upset because they got a little period. Because they wanted to be in the wedding. for me, I feel that sounds like a personal problem because also the kids are grown as well, and I did what's best for me and get over it. I wouldn't be upset. My mom got eloped. My mom did.
I would. My mom
eloped.
did. My mom did too when I was a child. But as an adult, I guess it was like you could at least told me.
Oh well.
I mean, I guess it was the matter. She didn't tell them, and then you got eloped. It was all that. It was just the whole thing.
I mean, be like, I'm sorry.
I understand a little bit why Tammy did because it's like, you know, for a minute y'all didn't even like him.
Yeah.
So, you know, y'all gotta don't let's not forget that it took a minute for us to get to this point where you would even be in the room with him, right? But I was like, don't do anything to mess up that relationship because it took a while to get.
Well, I do like the fact that he said, you know, we'll blame it on me.
He did.
I'm
he
like,
took
you know
the blame.
what? That's good.
He did. He was like, "That would be mad at somebody. Don't be mad at your mama.
Exactly.
Be mad at me."
That's cool.
So I did like that. Now we are still trying to figure something out.
What's that?
What does Reggie do?
Oh, I say reality star.
I mean that is a job. It. That is a part job.
And that's it.
That is a job. If anybody knows. That was just the question I wondered. What does he do? What was he doing? Like what was his occupation?
Right. I don't know.
So, but Tammy loves him and she is happy with him.
I'm happy that she's happy.
I do have to add to the list of people I like. I do, besides Tammy and Reggie. Somebody else told me too. They said they like him. I like Doug too. Because Doug don't be on there too much. He don't be into the mess. But when he is in there, he be telling Jackie.
Well, yeah. I'm glad. They need a yin to the yang.
Yeah.
So
Jackie
the crazy one, he's the calm one.
Jackie, come over here and sit down now.
That's kind of like Tammy and Reggie. You're like, Tammy's the crazy one. Reggie's the calm one.
But I did like Jackie. I mean, I liked Tammy when she was crazy too. But I like Tammy's crazy. I ain't like Jackie crazy.
Jackie's crazy is just, it doesn't make sense. It's like, huh? It's just, I don't know, child.
Like when that stone fell out that ring and she was like, and I'm still a boss. But what was that?
Your jewelry coming apart.
She was like, you know, sometimes your set get loose.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Might be rich people problem.
It must be. Must be.
All right, so then I guess the highlight of the entire episode is Jackie's crystal party.
Crystals!
Everyone got there.
And then the elephant comes.
Then Jen comes in. Hi, hello guys.
She gets on my nerves with that.
She had like the Michael Jackson voice.
Hi. She always do that too.
And so then Jackie was like, "Look, let's talk it on out. Let's address the elephant in the room."
She
Apparently,
said, I mean, I know I am tall, but I am no elephant.
It's like no one's calling you fat, sweetie. Okay. Basically, it's the same.
A speech.
Like the awkward moment of like you come in, now the air is all tense. So Jen and Evelyn talk it out, and Jen was saying, you know, I've been going some real shit.
Talk anything out.
Well,
they exchanged some words.
She was just saying like, you know, I've been going through a lot. This is petty. Like I didn't say what I said. I love Shawnee's. Evelyn saying, well, you didn't. This is the point I was saying earlier. When Evelyn said you never reached out to Shawnee, you say that you helped raise Shawnee's, you love her like a niece. Why didn't you reach out to her? I agree with that.
I agree.
You should have reached out to her. If it wasn't true, if you said, hey, Shawnee's, what's going to be said? I never said that. I would never say that to her. Why couldn't you have that conversation?
You should have been said, listen,
you got ghost.
This is what's going on out here in the world. It's a rumor going on that I said X, Y, and Z about you.
You're like, I love you.
I never said that.
Even though me and your mom are not going, you know, on good terms, I would have never said that about you.
I didn't say it. It's going to air on the show, or it has aired on the show, and I apologize that this is out here in the world. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's going to be a topic. People are going to be running with it. Blah, 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 X, Y, and Z.
I'm sorry if it hurt you. Blah, blah, blah. So, you know what I mean? That kind of situation.
Yes.
It should have happened, but it never did. Another thing I will also agree with Evelyn about, when she said your mother died 3 years ago doesn't allow you to be an asshole. It's like your mom died doesn't mean like, oh, now you could do whatever to whomever and there's no consequences.
Hurt people.
Well, then I guess Jen needs grief counseling.
That's what it goes down to. That's what she's trying to say. I'm hurting. So this is how she's handling and dealing with stuff. Yeah. So hurt people. It doesn't make it right, but that is
when
what it is.
When Jen started crying and, tearing up and stuff, Evelyn got up
and slammed the door.
Slammed that door.
Shawty
The door is closed. I'm
Okay?
like, oh, well, damn.
Shawty was standing like,
she was like,
why
I
did
can't.
you leave me here?
But then she was like, I can't just walk away. Like, she's literally crying. And it's like, I have a heart.
She did.
So,
and she said, I still care.
Yeah. And I've had those moments. It's like, I really don't like you, but I can't
just leave you. But
I can't be heartless.
I don't want you to think that this makes everything okay.
Right.
But, okay.
Yeah, I'm here for you. Like, you're going through a lot.
I'm sorry that you're going through
and
this.
you don't have to be acting this way to your friends.
Don't do this
while you're
that
hurting.
You say that you care about or cared about. Don't do that.
One thing I have been noticing, Jen keeps having these pop-up friends. She needs a plus one everywhere she goes.
That's what Jackie said. Jackie said,
like,
I think that she's a little nervous about being around the girls by herself.
So you ain't got to be that way to me.
Like,
I've been noticing
it's
that.
just random people that show up with her too.
Yeah,
like,
at least have the same person,
be
baby.
Consistent. If you're gonna do anything in life, be consistent, okay? She ain't being consistent, just randoms.
So that was pretty much it for that episode.
I still give this one a C.
I give it a C plus. I was like, fine. I give it a C plus for this one. So we'll see how next week goes.
Still looking forward to the season. Oh, someone did give me clarification on what happened. I asked did Evelyn get pushed into the bush, and they said no. It was what Dana said. It was the momentum of her running after her. They said she was running after, I think they said Kristen. She was running down the hill after her, and her momentum got the better of her, and she
tripped over her own feet.
Tumbled over into the bushes. Damn it! I was wanting her to get slung into the bushes.
Don't make sense. Nevertheless, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like it, subscribe it,
and we may be adding another show. Possibly ambitions.
But you will see if that happens or not. So,
but you guys can keep suggesting things, and we are open. Some more than others.
Whatever.
But it might take a little more convincing for her.
We'll see. But until then, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys
love you all.
Fantastic day. Bye, guys.